Hello and welcome to Live at the Showgrounds under the lights here this evening. There's something quite magical about football under the lights, and Portadown are tonight's visitors. They came here and they earned a share of the spoils. Last time the two teams met, Adam Sally with a real crackerjack of a goal. The Bandsiders though on the shirt tails of Linfield at the top of the table. Can Coleraine make it 13 unbeaten, and can they get 3 points here this evening? Let's then look at tonight's team news, the two teams as they line up, and we've got 8 changes for the sides between them, 4 for Coleraine. As we see the current league table, Linda Kane returns to captain the team. Ben Doherty makes his first start after his collarbone surgery. Hard Beverland replaces the injured Gareth McConaughey in the centre of defence. Jimmy Glacken and Ronan Wilson are on the bench. Very much so. Two teams just about to kick off. Curtis Allen has the ball, and the referee Rustin Lop gets us underway. Tonight's match sponsor is Burnside Garage Limited. The ball sponsor is John Marshall Tractor and Agricultural Machinery, and the man of the match will be sponsored by Holly Optometrists, and I'll be asking David Platt for his opinion on that towards the end of tonight's game. In midfield then, Ben Doherty back into the Coleraine lineup, 7 goals already this season. Stephen Lowry and Aaron Jarvis play in the centre of midfield. Thunderous shot from Jarvis, and well, he was just about right to take a pot shot from there.
Matthew Tipton will be absolutely no different, and obviously he's a winner himself, so he'll be looking.
Shevlin to Curtis Allen. First opportunity for Curtis Allen. That was good work from Shevlin, and good combination play as well, David. Move that came before that was one that nearly allowed a Coleraine opportunity, and we've got a penalty here. And the cross came into the box, and Portadown really failed to clear. And was it a handball inside the box? Lyndon Kane's ball it was. You can see there come off the hand of Greg Hall, and I think that's a bit of a harsh one on Portadown, isn't it?
I don't think you could do much about it, but I'd like to see it again, to be honest. But you know, he's about a yard away from it, and okay, it strikes him. But where else is he supposed to put his arm? Here we see it again, Barry. You know, it happens so quickly. It's 6 or 7 yards from goal.
We'll say it's a fact the ball bobbled up from his own defender in his attempted clearance, Paul Finnegan. But Ben Doherty has the opportunity. First game back, first start. Played, of course, at the weekend, a little cameo. But Doherty makes no mistake whatsoever on his 13th appearance in the league this season. Ben Doherty. Oren Kearney has entrusted the former Derry City man to retake his place in the starting lineup, just back from injury, and makes no mistake from the spot. We've played almost 17 minutes on the Ballycastle Road, and unfortunate for Portadown. I'm sure their manager will have plenty to say about that, David Platt.
Yeah, as I said, you know, we haven't got VAR and we can't see it again quickly. You know, it's very, very hard to even see it in the replay that we have here, but it looked harsh enough. But listen, the ball's in the back of the net. The referee's made the decision. He's a lot closer than us, and it's 1-0 Coleraine.
Well, thanks very much to everyone for buying the stream tonight and for tuning in, and hopefully we'll go some way to giving you the entertainment that a lot of people are missing out on, of course, during this pandemic. And hello to Jim Payton. Jim, you're listening to us, and we'll stop momentarily. That was a glorious chance for Lee Bonus. Jim, you're listening to us from Scotland. Who came out and he was interviewed was the Queen's manager Peter Thompson, and Queens have today, as we see the shot coming in, and Gareth Dean spills it, and it's gone just round the post from Adam Sally.
No, I can see more clubs doing the same, because even the pathway.
Ball around the back from Tilney, and it was towards Adam Sally, and that's fantastic goalkeeping from Gareth Dean, and not the first time I've said that this season. Still, the ball isn't out, it is now. And the referee, a bit like Saturday, Rustin Lop has drawn the first half to a close. I'm not sure in covering the Irish League for what was it, almost 15 years in my first stint, Ronnie McFall actually came out and gave me an interview when losing. What a save from young Jacob Carney. Great header there from Matthew Shelvin.
There's 28 minutes left, and let's see if they can manage this game out. And in a way now, with Owen Bradley on the pitch and Glacken alongside him, to try and go and win this match.
Here is the combination of Glacken and Bradley. Glacken, step over. Glacken past his man! And it's come off the woodwork. And Portadown this time around, fortunate to survive.
Just needed that pull back, maybe on his left foot. He just didn't quite get his foot round it enough as he took the player on here. He just strided across and went to the byline and just couldn't get it cut back enough, and it's come off the corner of the post.
Pretty much a spectator in this second half. News coming in from Inver Park, and Larne's dip in form continues as we watch Ian Parkhill coming forward, and he tried to pull the ball back to Jimmy Glacken.
He's been, as he just puts on his coat again, so we'll stop talking about him. No, but yeah, Ronan did really well on Saturday.
Bradley, look to turn his man, and the referee has given it. And that's the second controversial decision tonight. I'd like to see that one again. Owen Bradley, he makes a real habit of getting on top of the last man, so he does. And let's just see, because he went to turn his marker, and Portadown's defenders got caught out initially. It's Greg Hall, he's got caught the wrong side, and I'm sorry, that's a penalty.
Yeah, he got caught the wrong side, and you could see his two hands were grappling with him as well. So yeah, that's a correct decision. But again, it's one of them ones where the referee thought about it for a second or two before he actually gave it, whereas it should have been a straight penalty.
And the man we talked about just moments ago, Ben Doherty, has the opportunity to score for the second time tonight. And second time from the spot, but Greg Hall bringing down Owen Bradley. It's Doherty once more. Will he go the same way against Jacob Carney? Ben Doherty. There he goes the opposite way, and there was lots of gamesmanship there.
Yeah.
And Ben Doherty does what Ben Doherty does best, and that is find the bottom corner, whether it's right, whether it's left, he can put it there. And the young man from Manchester United just outwitted.
Yeah, and it was a wee bit, he was playing a bit of mind games. He was in the edge of the 6-yard box, he was bouncing up and down and back in his line again, and Ben took great pleasure in putting the penalty in the back of the net, because he ran towards him to make sure he celebrated, because listen, it's I haven't taken many penalties myself, but if you try the other side of it and try and put somebody off, but Ben was equal to the challenge there for sure.
We've had a Coleraine, I should say Portadown substitution is Tipton, whipped into the near post. Good call from Gareth Dean, and that gets the trademark nod from David Platt, and the referee, Rustin Lopp, draws the game to a close.
They weren't a good way to start March with a hard-earned 3 points.
Another tough one, and probably a lot of similarities to Saturday in that, we're into something like our 6th game in 18 days, and we're playing a team through no fault of their own that has had a couple of call-offs, which means it's their 2nd game in 12 days or something like that. And with that, you're not only battling a team that's wanting to do well and hungry, maybe with the pressure off, but you're also battling a team that's fresher in the legs more than anything else. And the big thing we've been trying to drive home on Saturday and tonight was the legs might be a wee bit tired, but the mind shouldn't get tired. And the mind for me was tired in the first half. I thought as much as we got our goal, that we were sloppy in the first half, that we afforded them more chances than we wanted to afford them. Again, Gareth picked up a few big moments, come off his line a couple of times and done really well, and made a big save as well. So again, we've had to rely on him, which ideally you don't want to be doing in every game. We spoke about it at half time, and to be fair, second half I thought it was a far more assured performance, and it looked more like us.
You're very focal in the first half. We could hear you clear as day. I suppose the main aim was to go in 1-0 ahead.
It was massively, and even I'd have took 0-0 probably at half time, and you always felt we'd have a wee bit more in the legs in the second half. But to get the goal then, particularly around 30-35, I just felt it was a big 15 minutes. I felt if we could get in 1-0 at half time and speak, that we'd get an impact and we could go and hopefully win the second half. And thankfully that's the way it's worked out. And big credit to the subs as well. Like Jamie Glacken's covered half the planet in the last month, and I think it's something like in 25 or 30 days he's done 103 kilometres and sprinted 11 and a half kilometres. It's just crazy stuff, and again for him, to me, in the last game or so it's been tough on him, and he wants to play, he still wants to go, but it's one of those where he's had to carry the can and had to do a huge amount of our work in the last few weeks, and tonight was probably more just to try and use him, and again it worked possibly quite well when we needed that wee lift, maybe around the 60 minutes to see us out tonight. Him and Skinner coming on give us a big lift in that area. They work really well for the penalty, and it turns out it's a 14-man game probably for big parts of the season.
And there's a few players out injured at the minute. Are we expecting anything back anytime soon?
Yeah, we're hopeful. There's obviously James is out with the ankle from the Ballymena game, and we're hopeful he'll maybe start doing a bit of running on Thursday night. Our trainer has trained again there tonight, and we'll see on Thursday night. Saturday might come too soon, might not come too soon. Stevie O'Donnell the same. So we're just they're on the periphery. They're getting there. It's been like a revolving door. Big Garth hurt the knee on Saturday, and it just was struggling for tonight and was too big of a risk. So it seems to be that we get one in, and then there's others stepping aside again. So we've just got to keep motoring, and as I say, we know the squad's a bit bigger, and that's the reason for that. Hart Beverly's come in and made his second debut tonight. It was a long wait for him to do it. I think his first debut many years ago, he told me, was at home to Portadown, and it's the same again tonight. So he's come in tonight. It was a tough first half for him, but the experience shone through in the second half, and he had a better performance in the second half, and more than held his own.
Dungannon on Saturday, the last team, they obviously beat us, so that's show you how tough it will be.
Yeah, it will be, and people say there's certain fixtures in this league, or you're playing some of the teams that are down near the bottom, but look how hard we've had to fight tonight to beat Portadown. Look who are down there. Look how hard we had to fight on Saturday to beat Warren Point, who are down there. So I've never had an easy game. None of these teams walk over and hand you the 3 points and say away you go. So and Dungannon will be no different. There's been a change of manager there. Dixie will be putting his own ideas on it and be wanting a response out of the players. And with that, we've got to go and hit the same levels again on Saturday.
Well, Ben, a good win tonight. We certainly had to work hard for it.
Yeah, good 3 points. It's just about ticking them off now, obviously, and we're just taking it one game at a time. But as you say, we definitely had to work hard. I don't think the first half performance was good enough from us, but fortunately enough, we went in with a lead at half time, and on another day that could have been the other way about. So we'll take them and we'll move on.
And talk through the two penalties. Is it hard to hit two penalties in the same game?
It's a bit of a sticker twist. The keeper probably thinks you're going to go the same way again, or he could try and fool you and make you go the other way. But it's not the first time I've had two in one game now, and I've sort of I've developed a wee bit of I would know myself what I'm doing before I hit the penalty, and I have it decided. I would think about it even in the changing room before the game if I was to get two, where I would be going. So I have that decided, and I just stick with it, and it's paid off tonight.
It's been a frustrating time for you, obviously, with the collarbone injury, but you're back 85 minutes tonight. How are you feeling?
It's been a long 8 weeks out, but I've been working hard with Killer and the doc as well. Have helped since the surgery and getting the strength back into the arm. But I'm feeling good. 85 minutes. I think it was 15-20 minutes on Saturday as well, and it's just about getting the minutes back in the legs again. I've been doing a lot of running fitness wise, my own away from the club, but there's nothing that prepares you for it like being out there on the pitch and getting that match sharpness back.
And Dungannon now on Saturday, a place we never get it easy.
They've beat us up there before in the season, and there's a change of management up there at the minute, so there's probably a weight off the shoulders of the players up there, and there's a young group up there, probably young players looking for contracts, looking to keep in the team. So it won't be easy, as you say, but if we want to do anything, we need to go and take 3 points and move on to the next one.